Hi there, this is Therese Couture of ThereseSquare.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I wanted to talk about the secrets to revitalizing your brand online. And this is part one of the series. And actually, I'm doing something a little bit different because this actually was originally a blog post on our website, and it currently is the most popular post. And I really wanted to make a video for you because if you like watching videos more than you like reading, and I'm like that sometimes, I really wanted to make sure that you're a part of this and you get this valuable information too. So I want to start off with this quote by Maya Angelou. And Maya Angelou says, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And you're probably wondering, what the heck does that have to do with branding? And I'm here to tell you it has everything to do with branding. But actually, let me backtrack a little bit because for the past how many months I have been telling all my friends that I need to revitalize, I need to renew, I need to refresh my brands online. And just so you know, when I'm talking about my brand, I was talking about my personal brand, which is ThereseCouture.com. And I've been talking about it for months and months and months. And my friends were sick of me, but fortunately I have good friends and they weren't too mean. They weren't mean at all, actually. So I really wanted to help you if you're someone who has a personal brand or you're thinking about having a personal brand, which is yourname.com. Or, it could be another name, but usually it's yourname.com. Regardless, if the brand, your face is the brand, you have a personal brand. And what you can do to really quickly, easily revitalize that brand. So let me go over the exact steps that I took to revitalize my own brand. And you can actually, I'm going to refer to examples that are in the blog post. And if I can't get them in this video, you can definitely go check them out on ThereseSquare.com. And you could see the final result on my personal site, ThereseCouture.com. So the first step, I broke it into two different parts, and these two different parts have 3 steps each. So these are the first 6 steps that you need to take. So the first part is to create your blueprint. So you must create your blueprint. And in order to create your blueprint, it's a 3-step process. And step number 1 is to get clear. So before you do anything in life, you should get clear. I mean, it's best to get clear. I mean, many times a lot of people confuse with getting clear with having everything figured out, but that is not what getting clear is about. Getting clear is just, jotting down your ideas, knowing what your focus is. For example, for my personal site, I decided that my focus was going to be creativity. So I was clear about that. So you need to get clear as to what the focus of your site is going to be about. Number 2, you need to ask yourself, what's your purpose? In order to have a clear brand, you also must have a clear purpose. So one question you may want to ask yourself is, what end goal do you want to achieve? So basically, what do you want? I mean, some people, they want to sell their products and services. That could be your end goal, and that is cool, but you have to just be really clear from the get-go. Okay, this is what I want. This is the end goal. But you have to know, besides knowing what you want, you have to know why you want that, why you want it. So if you want to sell products and services, you have to know why you want to sell them, and also you have to know what is the key benefit that your customers and your readers, viewers are going to receive from those products and services. So my whole purpose online is to entertain, to engage, and to enlighten. So, which also happens to be what the key benefits that my customers receive. So you need to make sure that your benefits also lines up and ties into your purpose. Part three is what's your promise? This is actually so important because, a lot of people lose readers, lose viewers because they don't fulfill the promise. So, just like that saying goes, don't say any promises that you can't keep. The same thing goes with your audience. So, what is your promise to your audience? Is it to blow their minds with amazing content? Are you trying to make them feel special? Basically, if you fulfill this promise, the sky really will be the limit. Every day, your goal is to work on fulfilling this promise to your fans. So you may be asking yourself, how do I do that? And there's one key question that you want to ask yourself. How do you want to make your fans feel? That's it. How do you want to make your fans feel and go from there? Um, Basically, that's how Maya Angelou's quote ties into this. Because if you know how you want to make your fans feel, then you'll be that much closer to not only knowing your purpose, but also fulfilling the promise. Part two to this is that you have to create your image. So create your image. And in order to create your image, you have to do 3 steps in this part as well. The first step is to inventory. As you know, imagery is extremely powerful. You know the saying, an image is worth 1,000 words. Well, in these times, an image is worth about 1,000,000 fans. So that just goes to show you how powerful imagery is right now. So what you want to do is go onto your own personal site and take a look at the images that you use. Are those images really a reflection of who you are? I mean, if they are not, then there is a problem. Ask a couple of people, that you know and some that you don't know, to take a look at your site and tell you what are a couple of the words that they would use to describe your images. So just have to give you 1 or 2 words, and you just want to make a note of those words and see, is this how you want your audience to feel? If it's not, you know that your images are not aligned with what you truly want. And what you want to do from there is to write a list of how you want your audience to feel and what words you want people to describe your images as. The second step is actually a huge one, and some of people don't really spend time doing this, but I really urge you to do this. The second step is to hire a professional photographer. Yes, a professional photographer. I mean, the days are really long gone when a professional photographer is reserved for models and actors and famous people. I mean, really, if you are a brand, which means that if your face is on your website anywhere, that means you're part of that brand. So if you are part of that brand, you need to make sure you hire a professional photographer. And really, for my personal site as well as TherezSquare.com, hiring a photographer was really a non-negotiable, and it was part of our plan from the beginning. So think about it. Your personal brand means that your face is going to be plastered. Yes, plastered everywhere, from your social media profiles to your website. Even when the media is interviewing you or writing about you, they're going to ask you for your pictures, for your headshots. So this means that your photos are really an essential part of your marketing package. It's really not something that you can, get by on. You can't also go ahead and ask your grandma, your sister, unless they're a professional photographer, or your best friend to take pictures of you, or even going to the Sears or JCPenney portrait studio. And I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to be really honest with you, because what you want are pictures that represent who you are and represent your brand. And a couple of minutes going into, to like a photo studio to take pictures is very, very different than hiring a professional photographer where you go on an actual photo shoot and there's a big preparation process in advance than just going into like a portrait studio. And it is 1,000% worth the investment. So once again, I just want to just really, drive in that you must invest in yourself. And your photographer's job will be to capture your essence on camera. And this will make you stand out, and you will feel great, and you will still look like yourself. And if you're one of those people that's really shy, I understand, because I, was really shy when I took my first picture, had my first photo shoot. But it's really something, if you have a great photographer, they will help you open up and really shine and show the true you. So for our personal site, TherezSquare.com, we actually hired the same photographer as I hired for my photo site, which was Gintis Corsicus, and you could find him at gintisk.com. And both Therese and I highly, highly, highly recommend him. He was amazing. And so you can go check out our website to see the resulting photos. Okay, so the next thing I want to say is I want to make two big notes about pictures, about where headshots and photos are now. I'm sorry to tell you that the days of wearing suits in pictures, I think, is almost gone. I know some people really like that, but I think there's still a way to convey professionalism without necessarily being in a suit. So your photographer will work with you on that, and they will recommend what you should bring on your shoot. The second part is that photos are really not once in a lifetime, okay, I'm going to take my headshots and I'm done, or once every 10 years or even 5 years. You have to really plan on refreshing your pictures every couple of years. It's really something that's now an essential part of your budget. The third thing that I want to talk about is you have to hire a graphic designer. A graphic designer really is an investment, and they're going to help your logo, your site look the way that you want it to look. So it is essential to hire a designer. I did both the branding for my site as well as TherezSquare.com, and I worked with our photographer, who also happens to be an amazing graphic designer, on getting the brand down in terms of pictures, colors, and everything like that. So you have to just remember, people remember images. People really remember images. So the more strong your image is, the more people will remember it. So I also have in this post a picture of my old site and a picture of my new site, and you'll see the difference. The old site, it doesn't really reflect who I am, and the new site, really, I wanted to portray something that was more earthy, warm, but I also wanted to glam it up a little bit because it was my personal site. And I was kind of shy about it, but for me, it was about stepping outside of my comfort zone and really having a great time. So, and that shoot, I actually did it on the beach because that's the feel I wanted for my particular site, TherezCouture.com. That's not necessarily what you need to go for on your site, but just think about what feel do you want, and maybe even build a theme around it. So basically, once again, you just want to really brand yourself to get your audience's attention. And really, if you want to revitalize your brand, these are just some essential steps that you really, really, really must take. And like I said, this is only part one. Part two of this video will be posted in about a week when the actual post goes up. It'll be posted around that time. So in the meantime, please leave me a comment. I would love to know what you thought, and give the video a like if you do like it, and share it with your friends. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please come by TherezSquare.com to pick up a copy of your free ebook where we talk about the 40 smartest engagement strategies that you can use in social media. and it's really, really good. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. So if you haven't read it, I really, really recommend that you do it. It's over 23 pages of info. So thank you. Come visit us, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.